Assalamualaikum, selamat datang ke BorakSpace. Saya Harizal Smain
bersama Hakim Parker.
Let's go. Sekarang dah Alhamdulillah episod 5. Okay, aku nak tanya kau. Kau pernah tak kentut depan sesiapa lah?
Pernah? Always.
Damn.
Ya.
Macam mana kau ada keyakinan tu?
Tak yakin. Bila start? Aku rasa tak tahu bila start kentut dalam kereta kot. Start nak kentut kereta pasal orang akan tanya siapa buat ni apa semua tu.
Okay.
And of course lah, dulu akan tipu dulu kan.
Betul.
Kata adik aku buat ke ataupun orang lain buat ke. Tapi in the end just own it je.
Faham. Tapi aku malu dengan kentut aku.
Ni aku faham.
Kawan aku hanya seorang je pernah dengar aku kentut. Itu pun aku terkentut, iaitu Rashdan. Dia je seorang pun, dia macam impress gila first time dia dengar. Itu pun sebab aku tergelak dan terkentut. Dan terkentut. Lepas tu dia cakap, weh, aku dengar aku kentut. Aku cakap, shit. Damn.
So wife kau pun tak pernah dengar kau kentut ni?
Sebelum tu tak pernah. So sekarang Alhamdulillah Abi, kita dah start lawan-lawan kentut.
Faham.
Yeah.
Faham. Aku suka that point in the relationship where dah start comfortable to kentut with each other tu.
Kita orang lawan siapa paling kuat and siapa paling busuk.
Faham.
Siapa paling lama. Dia punya harakah dia. Fun lah. Fun.
Faham. Aku pernah this one time. It was me, Aisyah, her sister, Aisyah punya sister. So we were at a park where you have to jump around and everything semua tu kan. You know those extreme parks? Yeah, where you jump, there's like a trampoline everywhere and stuff like that. And I remember it was just the 5 of us, alright? We were all just playing in one place apa semua tu. And then after that, I let go of a fart tau, alright? I farted, but it was the silent kind of fart tau. It was the silent fart. And then after that, macam Aisyah bau tau. Aisyah bau. And then like macam Aisyah dengan kakak dia bau and everything semua tu. And then dia orang just spin it at anak kakak dia.
Kau
kata
tak
macam,
baik
busuk lah kentut apa semua. And then diorang check dia punya diapers kan, tak berak. And then okay. And then dia jalan apa semua tu. And then aku pandang Aisyah, diam je. And then Aisyah pandang aku. And then aku angguk. And then Aisyah gelak macam gila. Okay. After kita dah keluar tempat tu, dia pandang kat aku, kenapa busuk gila? Macam mana I tahu? I ate the same thing you ate.
Aku rasa sebab silent tu lah.
Sebab silent tu.
Ya. Damn.
Aku suka
kesan budak tu gila.
Babi. Dia ada like what 10, 50 more years in his fucking life. For that one moment dia kentut buat busuk, tak ada siapa marah dia lah. Sial. I have much more to lose on the line. Tak perlu kisah tadi. Sorry.
Aduh. Tapi kau okey lah. Kau boleh macam, orang kata apa, silent kan, and biarkan dia terbuka. Bukan
aku pilih sial dia.
Okay. Kalau time tu kalau bunyi pun memang
bunyi, dia bunyi lah.
Damn.
Yeah, how am I supposed to
Damn, aku boleh kawal. Aku punya, sebab mungkin aku dah terbiasa kot. So aku boleh tahu, okay, aku nak kentut perlahan je. Tapi kalau terkentut tu memang susah.
Yeah, of course.
Usually aku gelak baru aku terkentut. Even dengan family aku pun aku malu tau. Baru hari tu aku balik rumah mak aku, aku kentut. Mak aku pun terkejut juga. Oi, Angah kentut. Yes, Angah kentut mak. Mak pula.
Damn, mak kau pula jam. Ya Allah, pasal kentut.
Asal kentut nak kita start?
Aku tak tahu. Aku rasa I'm not really sure kenapa kan? Tapi aku ingat dulu kan, I remember if there were times that I went out on a date ke apa semua tu, kalau aku nervous, perut aku akan start gassy tau. Okay, akan start gassy. And aku akan macam let out farts and here and there apa semua tu. So aku ingat time aku when I was in my dating phase, dating here, there and everything semua tu, kalau aku rasa a fart is coming, aku akan keluarkan rokok, bakar rokok tu, buka tingkap and dia kentut. So kentut aku tak stay inside the fucking car.
Itu salah satu cara.
And then let the cigarette smell overcome the bau of the kentut.
Okay, faham. Bagus, faham. Untuk aku memang susah lah. Aku sama ada.
So kalau let's say kalau stuck in the kereta with someone and kau perlu kentut, kau buat apa?
Kadang-kadang aku akan tahan selama boleh. Kalau aku tak tahan pun, aku akan cuba untuk keluarkan sikit demi sedikit, supaya bau dia sikit je. Okay, dah tak ada dah. Sikit je tak ada.
Wow.
Yang penting orang tak tahu aku yang kentut.
Wow. Okay, so aku pula kalau tak nak orang tahu aku kentut, aku kentut. And then kalau aku start bau, so aku fikir macam bau dia, macam odor dia macam kau yang kartun tu kan. Kalau dia bau busuk, dia ada macam those green lines apa semua kan. So aku cuba hirup everything inside my nose supaya orang lain tak bau. Aku punya theory is that's how it works. Kalau aku
semua hilang lah masuk
semua just masuk aku je. So ni salah aku. Aku kentut ni, I will take it.
Itu pun boleh jadi kan.
Aku tak tahu. Tapi so far tak ada siapa complain. So it might work. It might work. So if you're going out on a date and kau bau kentut, and then macam you smell it, take it all in.
Betul. Make sure panjang nafas korang supaya dapat. Yelah, kita tak tahu gas tu banyak mana kadang tu.
Ya, ada pernah this one time someone tanya, what's wrong with your nose? Macam, tak ada something inside. Something inside, tak ada masalah. Everything is good. Are you okay? Yeah, everything is good. Okay, alright, let's proceed with life.
Okay, kalau okay, hidung, boleh tak mulut sekali? Sebab kita dah habis kan. Maksud kita tahu ada lagi bau tu. Sekali lah mulut.
Aku takut kau rasa je.
Apa macam pahit-pahit ni?
Ya tu. Oh fuck shit. God damn.
Aduh, what the hell?
Oh
ya,
disgusting. God damn. For 7 minutes kita cakap sekentut saja. Ya Allah. Apa jadi saya episod 5 ni? Aku rasa time ni lah kita tunjuk yang kita sebenarnya tak ada apa-apa dah to share pun.
Actually kita manusia. Aku rasa semua orang lalui kentut ni.
Yeah, betul.
So kita patut di-share. Macam kita ada cara untuk macam mana tidak bau, sedut sendiri. Aku mungkin boleh try benda tu lepas ni. Tapi aku dah tak malu dah dengan bini aku kentut je. Alhamdulillah tu. Aku rasa benda tu healthy sangat. Sebab aku dah tak perlu simpan dah gas aku. Aku perlu tunjukkan aku punya power actually. Berapa kuat. Kadang-kadang tu masa dalam toilet pun, even aku nak buang air besar pun, aku akan tunjuk juga aku punya kekuatan tu, supaya bini aku dalam bilik macam impress. Ui, minyak apa tu? Sebab bini aku ada cara dia, iaitu dia buka, dia still ada malu dia, which is dia akan buka pipe and all. Aku bagi je sebab aku nak impress je. No, yelah, betul lah. Itu cara awak. Cara saya just impresskan awak dengan kebunyian dia.
Aku tak faham kenapa wife kau tiba-tiba involved in this story. Tapi macam dia just I tak terlibat. I tak terlibat.
Tapi best lah. Dah sampai masa bila aku rasa dah bebas untuk kentut dan berlawan kentut dengan wife aku rasa happy lah benda tu.
Yeah. I think that shows a very good comfortable level kan, where even if because at the start of a relationship you want to show your best sides.
Betul.
So the other person will fall for you and everything and stuff like that. But then there'll be a really amazing moment where you show all your sides.
Betul.
And you feel comfortable doing that because that person accepts you.
Yes,
for
and
who you are.
the best part is they accept lah benda tu.
Yeah.
Dia terima, dia gelak sekali.
No, that's nice. That's nice. But not everyone has that.
Betul.
Not
Betul juga
everyone has
tu.
that. Yeah.
Mesti ada orang macam apa tu.
Yeah. And
kan?
then kita pun tak nak judge apa, because if it works out for them, it works out for them lah.
Betul. But kentut tu.
Kentut
lah.
Kentut. Fucking hell.
Weh,
Kentut tu.
10 minit je kasi kentut ni.
Tapi ada kaitan juga dengan life.
Betul tu.
Tak tahu kenapa. How do we do that?
Hanya dekat sini guys.
Hanya kat sini. Makes no sense.
Sebab space ni macam-macam kita boleh borak. Sebab safe space orang kata. Yeah.
Tapi kan, I wanted to start off this podcast in a different manner and different light. I think last episode kau mentioned about one of the best things that you have, one of the blessings that you have is your parents. Okay, so I get that, because aku dengan parents aku, we we grew up in a very different environment than you. I understand that they love me and everything and stuff like that, and I understand that they tried to love me the best way that they can. But I still grew up in a very weird environment. In a sense, for me, when I was young, both of my parents were working. So when my parents got married, they got married at 25. Then they got me at the age of 27. All right, so they moved to Johor because my dad had a job in Johor and my mom had a job in Johor. So they moved to Johor. And while they were in Johor, I had to go to preschool and no one was there to take care of me. Both of them nak kerja, so yelah.
Nak provide?
Yeah, nak provide. Because when we moved to Johor, the only thing we had, the only thing my dad had was just a mattress. Yeah, he only had a mattress, not even a bed frame, apa semua tu, just a mattress. So yeah, of course, him and my mom had to work really hard, and because they had to work so hard, whenever I finished school, there was no one to take care of me. So they would pass me off. In Johor, they would pass me off to this aunt, I guess, to this auntie. Ataupun my dad would sometimes bring me to work. But most of the time, I remember there was this auntie. And then I remember after we moved to Malacca, it was the same thing. A BB was looking after us. And then lastly, we moved to KL.
Oh, banyak kali move.
Yeah. And when we moved to KL, my grandma took care of me. Yeah. And it was hard because I rarely got to see my parents or rarely spend time with them that much. I mean, I do, but rarely lah. And I get it, like sometimes they're exhausted from work apa semua tu, so it's very hard to build a bond.
Betul.
Sangat. Yeah, I remember some great memories apa semua tu, but it wasn't everywhere lah.
Faham?
Yeah, and there's more to that on parents. Tapi macam kalau kau punya side pula, kau macam mana?
Kalau side aku aku rasa parents aku okay. Cuma biasa lah. Aku rasa kawan aku pernah cakap parents ni sebenarnya sama je macam kita, cuma dia tua je.
Yeah, betul. Yeah.
And ada je bapa aku buat salah and all, and aku ada je masa aku yang macam betul-betul susah, which is macam aku kena pindah rumah, kadang ada rumah kena jual, and time tu aku rasa sangatlah susah. And ada salah parents aku juga pada masa tu. Tapi pada awalnya aku rasa macam asal lah benda ni jadi kat aku, asal lah macam sangat susah hidup aku time tu. Tapi lama-lama aku rasa macam disebabkan family aku together, and mak aku support bapak aku pun still support mak aku, and aku tengok benda tu and aku sangat-sangat impressed. And aku rasa diorang buat tu pun semua memang dia cakap untuk anak-anak, kan? And aku rasa macam okay. And untuk orang kata apa, jaga aku daripada kecil tu memang kadang-kadang bapak aku time dulu pernah kena tipu, and then dia kena buang kerja, and mak aku seorang je kerja, and time tu lah bapak aku je jaga aku. Bapak aku yang jaga anak-anak, and mak aku pergi kerja. And aku ingat lagi time dulu memang susah sangat sampai aku makan nasi goreng mamak tiap-tiap hari. Itu je meal aku sebab tak cukup duit kan. So itu je boleh provide kan. So lama-lama aku rasa macam kenapa aku tak macam family lain yang dorang sangat-sangat senang and all. Tapi lama-lama aku macam nampak macam bukan senang adalah bukan segala-galanya. Yang penting parents kau ada dengan kau macam mana pun. Faham tak? And diorang still ada kat situ. And macam mana apa yang jadi dekat life aku sebelum ni, yang membentuk aku sebenarnya adalah memang parents aku. Diorang yang macam aku cakap, bapak aku yang suruh aku buat ni, and alhamdulillah jadi. Aku rasa macam diorang tahu je apa nak buat. And masa dulu aku macam tak bersyukur lah, sebab macam aku boleh tengok asal orang lain boleh senang. Asal mak aku tak belajar elok-elok ke dulu, asal tak dapat kerja yang bagus dulu kan. Tapi macam aku cakap sebelum ni, memang parents diorang senang, tapi adakah parents diorang adakah diorang dapat merasa apa yang aku rasa, which is betul-betul bapak aku jaga walaupun susah macam mana pun, tak adalah nak abaikan aku ke, walaupun susah gila time tu. Memang tak ada duit, kita orang pindah randah, pindah sana, pindah sini. And aku rasa macam okay lah, aku patut tengok macam tu. Aku patut bersyukur. Sebab parents aku betul-betul susah and still nak jaga aku. Still nak membesarkan aku dengan elok. Faham tak? In the end aku dapat juga apa yang aku nak. Itu yang aku rasa macam mana pun bentuk tu, tapi aku rasa kena tengok lah. In the end parents kau nak terbaik juga untuk kau.
Yeah. I think I get that. Aku brought it up pun because tak tahu lah. I know there are probably some good memories with me and my parents, everything out there apa semua tu. But I don't know why. Maybe it's just maybe it's condition, maybe it's selective thinking. But I remember there was this one time where my mom got super mad. And so my mom is this type of person that when she gets mad, her mouth runs wild. Like she probably says some things that, it's hard to take back. And I remember there was this one time when she got really upset, and I can't remember why. But she told me that if she knew that I was going to be this much of a burden, she would have wished that she never gave birth to me in the first place. And it's not something easy to forget. Like aku dah maafkan mak aku. Like macam, I get it, she was mad and dia just keluarkan dia apa dia rasa and everything semua tu. But it really made me doubt my existence. Aku sometimes fikir that maybe aku hidup dalam dunia ni just nak buat masalah je kepada orang yang aku sayang. Susah tau nak change that thinking. Lagi-lagi because kat sekolah aku ingat when I was 9 years old, aku tak datang sekolah for one day. Aku demam. Then the next day I went to school. Aku tengah naik atas tangga. Now granted, I was a very naughty kid growing up. I was smart, but I was fucking naughty. I was so noisy. I disturbed everyone in class. So I remember when I was going up the stairs, there was this one girl. Fucking hate her, by the way. Okay, there was this one girl, ugly as bitch. Okay, the most dumbest piece of shit ever up there. All right, she was looking down and she saw me going up the stairs and she said, "Oh, Hakim, the class was so peaceful without you here."
Ui, damn.
And then okay, alright lah, fuck it lah. And then when I was going up, she said like, "Oh, you know what? It'll be better if you didn't exist." And then so hearing it from your own mom is something, and hearing it from someone else is also something. And inside my head at that time was like, is she the only one that feels this way? Do all my classmates feel this way?
Damn.
So every single time I feel like I disappointed my teachers or disappointed my friends, the first thought that comes into my mind is that, shit, they probably think I shouldn't exist or I shouldn't be here. And even like right now, if I make my friends upset, if I make my parents upset, if I make my girlfriend upset, or if I make anyone upset, the first thought inside my head is that, fuck, you probably wish I wasn't here. You probably wish I didn't exist, so this particular moment was easier for you. Damn. And it's hard to navigate that. I have a problem with my existence. I don't know if I'm here to do good or am I here just to give that person a problem or stuff like that. So I think that's why I became like a people pleaser. I try to do everything I can for other people and stuff like that, because if I found out that I made their life hard or miserable, I just keep thinking back that maybe I shouldn't exist. Yeah, it's a very deep, dark thought. Not many people know about this. The first person that knows about this was Aisha. And that's why, like, to me, right, birthdays are so important. So I always believe that if people celebrate my birthday or they make an effort for my birthday and everything semua tu, it means that they're happy that I'm born. Yeah, they're happy that I'm born. They appreciate my existence as a person. So whenever I don't get a birthday celebration or anything apa semua tu, the first thought inside my head is that aku menyusahkan orang lah. That's why.
Tapi sebenarnya bagi aku tak juga, Kim. But itu kalau untuk budak tadi kan,
Yeah.
that ugly bitch.
Oh, that fucking ugly bitch, babi. Pasal kau tahu, by the time aku 12 tahun, tiba-tiba dia ada crush kat aku.
Fuck that shit.
Macam fuck that you lah, sial. Mampus kau lah, babi.
Faham. Tapi aku nak tanya kau, adakah kau still rasa macam tu lagi sehingga sekarang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Although it was like when I was 9, now aku 25. So 16 years ago. It still haunts me today.
Faham.
Where kalau aku menyusahkan orang, someone akan cakap, damn, I wish you didn't exist inside their heads. Probably not everyone's going to think like that lah, logically, but itu cara aku dah condition. That's the first thought that comes into my head.
Faham.
Whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
And aku bukan cakap ni because, you know, like I want people to pity me or whatever shit like that. I'm saying this because I'm trying to overcome that. Aku tahu
tak semua
orang
kadang-kadang
macam tu.
Tak betul pun. Kita je rasa macam tu.
Yeah.
But tapi aku appreciate dong kau, Kim.
Hey, thanks.
I love you, man.
Thanks, man.
And kalau untuk aku pula, aku rasa macam ada je rasa macam tu. Ada je macam rasa macam dia ni tak nak ke, pada contoh macam kita rasa kita dah buat baik dah dengan semua orang. But ada je rasa macam dia ni buat baik saja-saja ke, dia ni buat baik macam ni tak perlu pun buat macam tu and all. Ada je rasa-rasa macam tu kan. Tapi macam mungkin sekarang ni aku dah rasa macam siapa je yang datang, siapa-siapa kawan yang datang yang appreciate aku, and aku akan terima kasih and aku appreciate dia. Itu je aku buat. Sebab sekarang ni aku rasa aku dah mula kehilangan kawan yang dulu aku rapat dah tak rapat dah and all. Memang berbeza dengan apa yang kau fikir tu. Tapi untuk aku punya side, aku rasa if dorang bagi effort and dorang appreciate, aku appreciate je. If dorang datang macam mana bentuk pun, if dorang berborak dengan aku dengan baik pun, aku appreciate benda tu. Even dorang tak bagi hadiah kat aku ke masa birthday ke, but dorang punya kewujudan tu bagi aku sangat-sangatlah bermakna untuk aku. Untuk aku macam kadang-kadang ada masalah ke, macam kita, pernah tak kita terfikir untuk kau share masalah dengan aku?
Tak
kan?
Tak.
Aku appreciate kau datang. Aku pun kalau boleh nak ada dekat situ sebagai seorang kawan. Aku rasa dulu aku rasa macam okay, contoh macam adakah kita perlu cerita semua benda dekat best friend kita sahaja? Sampai aku rasa macam siapa best friend aku dulu? Aku macam siapa best friend aku? Kan? Even though aku ada contoh stirk, dorang dah macam family dengan aku, but aku tak cerita semua benda, and dorang tak tahu semua benda pun pasal aku.
Yeah, of course.
Ada setengah kawan yang mungkin kita orang jumpa sebulan sekali je, yang tu yang aku cerita macam-macam, diorang lebih tahu macam-macam. Itu aku rasa macam aku akan appreciate lah. Sesiapa datang bentuk walaupun kejap ke apa, aku akan appreciate benda tu lah. Itu je untuk aku, untuk rasa macam okay, aku ada kawan yang appreciate aku, and aku patut appreciate orang balik. Macam tu je untuk aku.
So aku always takut yang aku menyusahkan orang still, no matter what. I don't know how to get rid of that thought. Some people say macam I should love myself and focus on myself dulu apa semua tu, but
thoughts tu.
Yeah, it's thoughts, and susah actually untuk kau macam keep telling yourself that.
Betul.
It's very weird place lah.
But somehow aku rasa nanti mungkin kita akan jumpa, like I don't know, like mungkin kita boleh lepas ni kau pun mungkin macam boleh appreciate benda tu. I don't know. Kan?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Hidup.
Itulah kita punya catchphrase.
Yeah.
Hidup.
Tahu, aku rasa ramai je orang kat luar yang rasa sama macam kau gak, Kim.
Yeah.
Rasa macam diorang tak di-appreciate. Mungkin ada masanya nanti, bila masa tu tiba, mungkin kau akan tahu juga, and kau akan appreciate orang yang appreciate kau. Itu yang patut dilihat kan.
Kan? Yeah, maybe.
Damn
Damn indeed.
Daripada kentut
sampai ke kewujudan hidup.
Yes. Aku rasa semua orang, ramai je kat luar akan rasa macam tu juga. But it's okay. Mungkin in the end kita akan jumpa someone yang membuatkan kita lupa semua tu. And kita rasa betul-betul ada someone yang like mungkin dia perlukan kita dalam hidup dia. So benda-benda tadi semua tak valid because someone need us.
Yeah. Okay. Aku macam mana? It's crazy to think that, you know, just because of these two things that happen, aku start to believe that I don't need to exist.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of scenarios, and again, I think it's because these two were never resolved.
Yeah.
And then bila it happened again and again, it made me feel very doubtful of myself, or made me doubtful of my existence. Macam contoh, there was a time, okay, so this is I would say this is my fault juga lah. Okay, aku macam tipu bapak aku tau. A lot of times aku tipu bapak aku, and then selalukan toy and everything, shit like that. And bapak aku had his last straw dengan aku, and dia halau aku dari rumah. He threw me out. My dad threw me out of the house. He packed my bags. He put a suitcase down, asked me to pack my things, and it just told me to leave. And I remember just like I was at the gate, just not knowing what to fucking do. And I remember my mom just calling me in just to stay back inside the house. And I remember telling myself that, wow, it has gone that far, to the point where even my dad said, macam, from this point on, you are no longer my son. Yeah, but you know, aku and my dad dah patch things up lah regarding that. But
of course,
it left a scar. No matter what, it's hard to ignore that scar. It left a scar, and after that, a few more years, there was this one time I was very busy with work though. Very busy with work. I was still in my college years, but I was just doing work. And then I remember my friends just got back to KL. They were studying in Malacca, they were studying in Johor, and then now they're finally back in KL. And I didn't have time to hang out with them. Like I only hang out with them just once. And I remember one day when I woke up, I saw that they post a story that they were in the airport. It was like, I remember I just finished my assignment. I was about to sleep. It was around 4 or 5 a.m. I just finished my assignment, went to sleep, then I scrolled to Instagram and I saw that all of them were at the airport. And then my first thought was like, oh, they're just probably posting an old image or something like that, right? But no, it was them really at the airport, and they went on a trip and they didn't invite me or let me know or anything. And I was shocked because then later on I found out that my friends were pissed at me because, you know, I didn't make time to see them and everything and stuff like that. And that left a scar, like, oh, you could leave just like that. And of course, we sat down again and we talked about it, and they do feel sorry about it, and I do forgive them. It's just with all of these combined, and whenever I just make someone upset, I just feel like they're going to leave me.
Faham.
Yeah, and it's probably not my fault. It's probably, you know, that's how they solve their problems. This is how they do things and everything and stuff like that. That is the right narrative. It has nothing to do with my value as a person. It's just that's how they solve their problems again. But it leaves a scar. I would say it would be naive for me to say that I don't have an influence in their decision making. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But yeah, it sucked lah. It really sucked. And I think, I don't know, like even if when I post videos on TikTok or on my Instagram, and then people tell me that, oh, I'm so happy that you exist, I'm so happy I found you and everything, stuff like that. Sure, those are all great things. But they're not enough to push away the iceberg or the tipping scale or the trauma that I have of people leaving. Sure, a few thousand comments is great and all, and I'm very happy I can help you out, but I don't know when I'll stop feeling like this. because the next incident will just make me remind of this.
Faham. Damn. Susah.
Yeah, it's hard. I think I make a paradox for myself where it's hard for me to solve my own problems because I think of it as a loop. But maybe it's better just to think this is in the past. That was yesterday and not today.
Betul. Itu aku fikir macam tu lah. Because aku pun sebelum ni ada je masa aku ingat masa aku belajar dulu, biasalah jumpa girlfriend, kita akan tinggalkan kawan-kawan kita.
Of course.
Yes. And time tu kawan-kawan aku semua macam try nak pulaukan aku.
Oh.
Try nak pulaukan. Even buat video pasal aku.
Oh.
Diorang buat video farewell pasal aku, which is time tu short film tu pasal diorang nak belah and all. Dia cakap kat situ, yang penting kamu macam korang semua ada, tak pergi dekat awet macam tu lah. Yang penting kawan ada dekat situ, something like that lah.
Oh,
and aku tahu, and aku shoot juga dalam video tu.
Oh wow.
Yes. And aku sedar benda tu. Time diorang briefing, aku dah macam fuck, ni pasal aku sial. And aku tahu memang pasal aku.
Wow.
And aku nampak awkward time aku ada kat situ. Aku nampak masa dia explain pasal apa, and aku nampak semua macam awkward, and aku tahulah itu pasal aku. And aku tahu sangat. And lama-lama aku rasa aku siap buat aku masuk dalam video tu, tahu. Aku punya okay. Lepas tu lama-lama aku rasa macam it's okay. Aku macam tu je, it's okay. And aku pun, and lama-lama aku kawan je dengan dia, and aku best friend pun dengan dia. Aku still lagi jumpa dia. And bagi aku benda tu macam just untuk aku lah. Untuk aku rasa macam diorang itu je kot, macam kau cakap tadi, cara diorang nak tunjuk ke something. But sakit lah, memang sakit. Tapi aku cuba untuk letak benda tu tepi, because aku rasa mungkin dia kawan aku, dia pun tolong aku sebelum ni and all. Aku just it's okay and all. Tapi lama-lama aku buat benda tu, and aku just lupa je. Aku just lupa je.
So memang betul lah, it's basically yesterday is yesterday. And today is today.
And today aku rasa aku macam happy je dengan dia. Tak ada masalah pun. Mungkin kalau orang lain, mungkin dia akan rasa macam dah tak nak kawan lah and all. Tapi untuk aku macam, kalau dia still ada lagi masa depan, contoh esok ke dia still ada lagi dengan aku terima je. And aku tak nak lah buat benda tu jadi susah dengan tak nak kawan lah, apalah. And because aku rasa aku nak appreciate je. Tak ramai sebenarnya nanti ada kawan. So aku macam okay lah, aku appreciate. Sebab aku rasa dia pun rasa benda tu bodoh bila dia fikir sekarang balik. So it's okay. And sampai sekarang aku masih kawan lagi dengan dia. Stay berborak and all.
Aku ada a few of my friends yang come up to me personally lah, and then diorang cakap macam, they regret leaving me just like that. Apa semua tu. It's nice, and I appreciate. Aku nampak lah diorang sincere with the apology. Cuma just sometimes on a very bad day ke apa semua tu, aku terkenang benda tu. And it's hard to be okay in those fine days. Maybe I shouldn't fight these thoughts and just let them pass through. Just remember everything, and then just remind myself when I'm better. Just tell myself that it was in the past.
Betul. But it's different lah. Aku rasa mungkin dah terpahat dekat situ. Macam mana pun ada kat situ. Tapi aku tak tahu macam mana aku boleh buang je.
No, there are some cases yang aku boleh buang je tau. Yang macam aku tak berkira ataupun I don't look at it back again. Like macam ikhlas aku maafkan. Aku dah betul forgive and forget. Tapi just dengan aku punya existence ni, I don't know why. Aku rasa I'm waiting for the day that I die. Before I die kan, I am on my deathbed and I look back and aku boleh confidently say to myself that I did good. But I don't know how. Like what is going to be the sign? What is going to be the proof for that? So aku rasa aku letak a very unreal expectation on my life. And I think I should just be happy that some people out there appreciate me. And some people were misfortunate enough to not like me and feel like they need to push me out. maybe it's just all inside our head, no matter what.
Dan aku rasa in the end yang berkualiti tu lah yang ada dengan kita.
Yeah, obviously. Macam biasa, Rik, cakap, Rik.
Baiklah, kita dah sampai. Thank you though. And kita orang memang tak plan for this. And and harap korang pun mungkin ada benda yang sama dengan kita orang, berdepan benda yang sama dengan kita orang. So if korang ada masalah, silalah komen di bawah, ataupun komen dekat TikTok Hakim, ataupun TikTok saya, ataupun Instagram masing-masing. Okay, jumpa anda di episod akan datang.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tolong like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe lah guys.
Itu pun nak kena suruh.
Thank you. Wow.